have a snap response, or have a not thinking about what you're saying. Just out on the playground, when someone's tugging you in your jacket, they're saying, turning around and listening to what they have to say. There might be something very important to it. Listening with your ears, listening with your eyes, and listening with your heart. And for example, we have kids outside, they're playing, they're roughhousing or whatever, and then there's a misunderstanding. And they get mad at each other. They have a scuffle. And so what they need to do, what we are teaching them to do, is to stop, take a step back, listen to what's being said, listen to why this other person is upset with you before jumping to conclusions. And
all right, so this habit is also a way you can have effective listening or ineffective listening. So when we're effective listening, we're being empathetic. We're understanding what the other person is saying. We're actually looking at them and thinking about what they are saying. So we have some 6th graders who have been helping us for the past 4 days. They've been coming in at lunchtime, their lunch recess, and practicing this little play for you. And so we're going to let them kind of explain some of this for us. Come over a little bit. So this is Justin, and he's the son, and this is the mom. Mama.
Mom, today at school, John told me I couldn't come home. And when I asked him why, I got in trouble for talking, and the teacher made me change seats.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have been talking in class.
So this is an ineffective way of listening. Jumping right to the conclusion, he's talking in class, done, I'm not listening to you. So a better way, a more effective way of listening.
You're saying that you were upset because you got in trouble when you tried to find out why John said you couldn't go to his house.
Yeah, and I didn't do anything. And besides, John was talking too.
Did you ever find out why you couldn't go to John's house today?
Yes, his mom had an appointment, but now I have to sit in the back row.
You sound upset. I know that it seems unfair because John was talking too, but do you think the teacher knows the whole story?
What do you mean?
She obviously saw you talking and so you received the consequence. Maybe that does not seem fair, and I understand that you are unhappy about it. I'm sorry it happened. What do you think you can do about it?
So the mom started asking Justin questions to understand what happened at school and to help him decide how he was going to talk to his teacher and solve the problem. So many of us have been there where we have someone we're talking to and you're telling them and they're just like, yeah, or they respond before you're even done talking. And that's, not being empathetic or being an effective listener. And we do it to our kids do it to us. Same thing at school. Sometimes the students, we're kind of blowing them off. Yeah, I'll be right with you. And we're not really listening to them. So as teachers, we're working on it also, and also at home. Then we're also teaching them, the students, to be good listeners at school and at home, to be looking at you or looking at us as teachers when we're talking, to really listen with their ears and their eyes and their heart, and not just, just respond or just have it go in one ear and out the other. Really listening, and that's a way of they can learn in the classroom also. There's also when we're being good listeners, there's some helpful language that we can use when responding to someone. So if if someone says something to us, we can say, so as you see it, and you're just kind of reiterating what they already said. You must have felt, trying to understand how they feel. You seem, which kind of just says like, I'm listening and you seem upset because I'm not sure I'm with you. So if we're not understanding what they're saying, because sometimes someone's saying something to us and we don't really understand what they said. The other thing when someone is talking is to look at them. Keep your eyes on them, and that helps them know that you're listening to them. Yeah, so, you want to talk about the video this time? show you. And as we got in our last session, the whole site went down for maintenance. So we don't have the video to show. Mrs. Martin here will explain to you a little bit about how the video went.
The story was called Lily and the wet paint, or Lily and the red paint, missing red paint. I apologize. And it has within the story there are a couple characters that we use on a daily basis that we use throughout the school in our 7 Habits of a Healthy Child. And 2 of those characters that are in the story are Lily and Allie. And it's basically a story about its red day at school. And so Lily is trying to finish her red day project. She realizes that her red paint is missing and she can't find it. So Allie is her little, they call her Tag-Along Allie in the story. She's her little friend, and they're trying to go find the red paint. So the story takes place at, the setting is outside, and she goes to all of her friends and asks them about the red paint. She goes to the bear and asks him, first accuses him of taking the red paint because he has his red project, which looks like he used red paint. In actuality, it happens to be ketchup. And so she goes along to all her friends and starts accusing everyone of taking the red paint. As this is happening, Tag-Along Allie keeps saying, "But Lily, I know where your red paint is." And she's like, "Shh, Allie, you don't know where it is. Shh, you don't know where it is," the entire time. She's kind of like your child, comes up to you and tagging on your sweater saying, Mom, but, I saw your glasses over there. You know, trying to tell you, and you're like telling her, no, don't listen. So the whole story is about that Lily's doing this to her friend Allie. And so basically at the end of the story, she finally decides to listen. And when she does listen, Allie actually does know where the red paint is. And she says, "I was trying to tell you where the red paint is." And so she takes her up onto the rooftop and has her look down below, and you can see a trail of the red paint. And she goes, "Well, where is it?" And they backtrack to where she started at her easel to where they are now, and it happens to be in her backpack. And Tag-Along Allie was trying to tell her, "Your red paint was in your backpack the whole time. It's been leaking everywhere we've gone." So it's just kind of a lesson, a moral to teach our children, and we wanted to show it to you because it's kind of a fun way to teach the habit. It's just about listening. If you just take the time to listen to someone, you can actually learn a lot. And one of the best things my dad ever taught me, because I tend to talk a lot, is Jolyn, just stop and listen. You'll learn the most when you listen to someone. And you do. You can learn a lot from listening to others and how you respond and growing as a person a lot of different ways. So that was the synopsis of the story that we were going to show you. Where should I go? Does anyone have any questions about this habit? I mean, we kind of, talked about it at length. Does anyone have any questions about how you teach this to your children?
For an example of when you might have been misunderstood, or you might have been trying to tell somebody something.
Do any students have any examples? Do you have an example? Go ahead. Listen before you talk, right? Listen before you talk. Noah, you have an example? If you're talking to your mom out loud? Yeah? Your mom lets you talk out loud, right? Yeah. But maybe when she's talking? Yeah. Sometimes we have to wait till it's time to talk. Is that what you're trying to say, or do you want to say something else? Oh, yes. Our moms don't like it when we argue with them, do they? So that's another part of being an effective listener, is that when we are trying to talk to someone, that we're not raising our voice or arguing back and forth.
Right.
Good, Noah.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
The tone of your voice is important when you're trying to discuss something with someone. That's a really good point.
Did you have one, buddy? No? Any other students have one? You have one, Angelina? No? All right. Okay, do we have any other questions or